Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for March 16th. Hope everyone is having a profitable weekend. NBA customers, another winning Saturday. We won a little bit of money on the ice. We won a little bit of money in the Major League Baseball exhibition season. So not we're okay. We're okay in those areas. So, but what we're looking for is that massive day, and Sunday looks like it's going to be a great card. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Before we get to your free selection, let's just get an overview of what we're looking at on Sunday. A small but very important card is shaping up, and we're also going to give you some information on how you can join me long term for the entire NCAA tournament. 4 games left in the college basketball regular season, starting with Cornell and Yale tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern time. The card is probably highlighted by Tennessee and Florida. Gators are minus 4.5 right now. Total 142.5. College basketball totals 91 and 58 runs, 61% winners, 2,706 units of profit. The last 7 days in college basketball have produced 58% winners, 56% winners over the last 90 days, and that adds up to 55% winners this entire season, plus 2,612 units of profit. So I will have an NCAA tournament package up. You can get every play that I released during the tournament. I'm thinking about 149. We're going to put it up as the package price. But obviously, if you're an all access member, then that means you get access to everything I put out. So you can jump on that tournament package, or you can jump on an all access pass. I will have the tournament package up pretty soon. We will have three plays in college basketball for Sunday. The NBA features 8 games, starting with Philadelphia in Dallas. That game starts at 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific. Orlando and Cleveland getting the most action right now. Early money coming in on Cleveland and the over. Now, we smashed another NBA card on Saturday. That brings our NBA sides run to 25 and 15. 63% winners. A small sample size, just 40 games. But you know those long-term runs that we go on, they start somewhere, and sometimes you get at the end of them. Get in on the beginning of them right now. So just 40 games into this current trend. NBA totals, they continue to just crush 53 and 28, 65% winners, 2,186 units of profit. We didn't have a play in NBA totals on Saturday, so that's why those numbers are the same. Overall, the last 7 days in the NBA, 62% winners, 57% winners in the NBA over the last 30 days. That's number one amongst cappers with at least 70 plays. We'll have 4 games on Sunday's card, along with a 3-team NBA bookie basher. National Hockey League starts at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Vegas Golden Knights will be rolling through, or continue to roll through, the East Coast, or Midwest. They will take on the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow. This matchup is getting the most action on the board early. VGK is getting a ton of support. Almost every wager is on the over, but there is a massive amount of wagers on the Golden Knights right now as well. So Golden Knights and over. The public are all over that to begin the wagering on this game. We're on a small 20 and 10 run in the NHL, along with 11 and 3 on NHL totals. Now, to break that down, 63% winners over the last 7 days. That's number one overall at Pickdawgz.com. 55% winners over the last 30 days. 55% winners over the last 90 days. And of course, I continue to be the number one NHL handicapper on Pickdawgz with 1,242 units of profit this season. And finally, we're 3 days away from the start of the Major League Baseball season. There will be 9 games on the MLB exhibition card tomorrow, starting with Boston and Minnesota, or today, Sunday, whenever depending on when you watch this. That game will start at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Atlanta, Toronto getting the most action so far of any game on the board. So we'll look to build off of Saturday's winner. Winners will have, or Saturday's winner, because we have one game, we'll have 3 plays in Major League Baseball on Sunday. And that will do it basically for your Sunday preview. So far, Tennessee and Florida in college basketball is receiving the most wagers so far. So that's where the focus is for the gambling market right now, or the gambling public right now, I guess. Looks like All Access customers are going to have a 13-game card. Plenty of reasons why you should become an All Access member. So if you're not yet, please consider doing so. All plays, all records, always kept daily at pickdawgz.com. Not every record yet reflects Saturday's results. So you can see how we did by clicking that link below. I try to always have something for everyone, and I just want to remind everybody, which coincides with our NCAA tournament package, that you can become an all-access member. In fact, you can get every play that I've released for the next 365 days for one low price of just $4.11 a day. So we'll pick you up right now from this point, the 15th or 16th of March, and we'll set you right down at the same point next year for just $4.11 a day. So that will also carry you through the entire NCAA tournament, take you through the NFL season, the college football season, to this point next year in college basketball, NHL, and NBA. So become an all-access member for the next 365 days. And if that's a little bit too much, of course, we have a 30-day package, 7-day, 3-day. Try to always have something for everyone, but by far my most popular package is my annual all access pass. And before I move on, we'll just say this a couple more times because the season's almost here. My Major League Baseball season pass is loaded up at pickdawgz.com. You can get every pitch from now to the end of the World Series for less than $100 a month. So if you haven't done that already, please make sure you do. I am absolutely prepping for an amazing 2025 Major League Baseball season, so please join me. Okay, on to your free play. It comes from rotation numbers 547, 548, 1 o'clock Eastern Time start, 10 o'clock Pacific, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, I know. I sure know how to pick the best games on the board. But Dallas is a 5.5-point home favorite after opening 3.5 in some spots. The total is up to 225 after opening 221.5. So far, we've seen 61% of the money on Philadelphia and the over. And it looks like it's going to be a pros versus Joes, at least on the side of this game, because the percentage of money is on one side, but the number is moving in the opposite direction. Philadelphia 22-42 straight up, 24-42 ATS. 37-27-2 to the over. Sixers have now lost 3 straight games, 6 of the last 7, and 17 of the last 20 after a 12-point loss to the Indiana Pacers. A game they did cover. They were a 13-point dog, and we'll talk about the game in a little bit because regardless of the result, I think most people around the organization was pretty happy with the way that they played. 4 of their last 6 games have gone over the total with a push, so 4 1-1 to the over. Dallas 33-35 straight up, 31-34 3, ATS 35-32 and 1 to the over. The Mavericks have dropped 9 of 11 and have failed to cover 8 of their last 9 games after a 37-point loss at Houston. They lost their last 2 games by a combined 47 points. One was against Houston, and then the game before against San Antonio. 4 straight games have now cashed over tickets. Sixers are playing their second of 3. Check that. They're playing their second of 2 games in 3 nights. And honestly, guys, I mean, if I'm Nick Nurse's team, who fell to the Indiana Pacers, there are teams that are absolutely tanking this time of year. I guess the NBA feels that the Utah Jazz are tanking, which is odd because they've been tanking since November. But if you watch that game the other night against Indiana, the Philadelphia wasn't tanking. They have legitimate injuries on this team, and people are talking about. I know the NBA is trying to crack down on teams sitting guys, but really, this is not what Philadelphia is doing. And I think if I'm Philadelphia and people around the organization, they say, you know what, go ahead and you guys go and investigate us as much as you want. These are legitimate guys that are hurt, and just because they're name guys or they're all-stars and they're not playing, the NBA is taking a look at it. But going back to that game against Indiana, they fought hard. They still only managed 100 points in this game. They shot 29% from three, 68% from the free throw line. And, look, this is a team that we know has battled injuries for most of the year. So if people around the organization are telling me, yeah, we're really happy with this effort. In fact, Philadelphia was there until the end, and then Indiana just a little run to separate themselves. If they're giving their all with 8 players, and they played 8 players the other night. They had, 11 guys on the injury list. And matter of fact, if you looked at their bench, they couldn't even fit all the guys who were in street clothes. They had to put them along the baseline. And they still managed only 100 points in this game. So it's very difficult for me to look to the over when we're talking about Philadelphia. And even if they're playing the Dallas Mavericks, who are having their own issue. We saw the other night that Dante Exum is now out for the rest of the season with that broken hand. No, it's not the same wrist that he injured, but still another guy that's out for the Dallas Mavericks. This comes down to, do you favor the over because the Mavericks have been horrible on defense over the last 8 games, or will you go under the total because the Sixers won't be able to take advantage of a soft Dallas Mavericks defense? Well, we look at the recent history of this series between these two teams. 8 of the last 10 games have cashed under tickets. Philadelphia is 27th in field goals made, 27th in three-point field goal percentage, while the Mavericks, we know, would rather keep the tempo at a controlled pace. I just think 225 is a little bit too much, and that number has snuck up a lot. So maybe hold on and see if we could even get a better number with this, because the betting percentages right now will say, yep, this is going to go up to 225. Maybe we'll even see a 226. But even if we're in that 225 range, I feel very comfortable with that. When it was a little bit lower early on in some spots, I thought, yeah, that's right on. But as this number grew, so did my interest in making this our free play. So your free play is Philadelphia and Dallas under 225. Now go to pickdawgz.com, where every play is locked and loaded, including my individual plays, my all-access plays, my annual all-access package, which is just $4.11 a day. There's something there for everyone. Thank you so much to everybody who jumped on board on Saturday. We're going to continue to roll in the NBA. Just absolutely on fire. So if you love NBA basketball and you love winning, please join me on Sunday. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your comments. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Sunday.